Right. So last class we are trying to understand tree set. Tree set means learning comparable and comparator interfaces. Tree set accept object which are subtype of come on, which are subtype of comparable type. Subtype of comparable type. Homogeneous means any class. Prince Kumar. Homogeneous means any class. But we want only subtypes of comparable allowed. Okay. Can you please recollect the algorithm? What is the algorithm? If compare to method returns, if compare to method returns negative number, what happened? Adding object is stored. Which side? Left. If compare to method returns positive number, then adding object is stored in right. Okay. If comparative method returns 0, then adding object is not stored. This is the algorithm. Okay. Whose algorithm? Add method algorithm. This is add method algorithm. Now tell me, what is the comparative method algorithm? Okay. Comparative method algorithm. Left means ascending order, descending order. Left means ascending order, descending order. Reverse insertion order or descending. Right means right means insertion order or ascending order. Yes or no? 0 means only one object. Only one object. And tell me, from comparative method, what should I return? Okay, what should I return? Listen, for storing objects in insertion order, return positive fixed number. Fixed positive number. I want to store objects in insertion order, then return fixed positive number. For example, 1. Okay, next. If you want to store objects in reverse insertion order, return fixed negative number. Okay, the next. In, if you want to store objects in ascending order, then what? What I should return? Return, anybody remember? Current object minus argument object. Okay. If you want to store objects in descending order, then what do you write? Return argument object minus current object. Am I right? Did you experience all these algorithms? Okay, shall I implement? Tell me now. This algorithm can be do from compare to or from where? Compare. Both methods. Okay. If the class is implementing comparable, what method I have to implement? Comparator. If class is implementing comparator, what method I have to implement? Compare. But algorithm, returning value algorithm is same algorithm. Now, tell me. Last class I told you there are different ways of sorting objects. What is the first way? Ascending order. What is the second way? Descending order. Ascending order, descending order. Now, I want to store objects in descending order. I want to storing string objects in descending order. And tell me, by default, string objects are storing in which order? Descending or ascending? Ascending. I want descending. Who want? String class developer want a user want a user want. Okay. Then you are a user programmer. You must create reset object. Everyone think now? String ts5 equal to new reset. Tell me, when you create reset object by using no param constructor, you are telling to reset sort objects by using comparable. Am I right? Default. When you are not saying anything, default. For example, your mother given a list of vegetables list asking you go on buy. Then you will go by default every day to the regular shop or not. Now your mother want to bring vegetables in a new shop. Then definitely she has to mention it explicitly. Na? She cannot assume you will understand her mind. Am I right? Tell me what is our regular class? 6 p.m. Today I am taking 10 a.m. Tell me if I don't say time today, if I say tomorrow we have class, then by default what thought running in your mind? 6 p.m. default. When I say another time, then I should express out. Similarly, tree set when I create object without giving any argument here, it assumes that you want to compare objects by using default sorting order. ts5 dot add of double quotes a double quotes a ts5 dot add of double quotes c ts5 dot add of double quotes b. By default, tree set, if you don't mention, it will first verify is the class is comparable or not. If class is not comparable, it will throw exception. If class is comparable, it will use the logic given in comparable implementation comparative method and accordingly it will sort. The string class contain logic in which order? Ascending order. So objects are stored in ascending order. That means in string class, what the logic is available? In string class, the logic available is what? Current object minus argument object. What is the current object? Newly adding object. What is the argument object? Already added object. Newly adding object is a current object. Argument object is already added object. Accordingly, it will be compared. Now, what I want to compare objects in descending order. Who? I, not string class developer. Then I must tell to reset. Don't use the default logic given by the string. Please use the logic given by me. Giving by me. Then where I should tell as an argument. Tell me now, where I can write logic? In a compare method. Compare method to implement, I need one class or not? That class object I have to create and pass as an argument here. If you wanted to pass the logic, I should write the logic inside a method. That method I should create inside a class, create that class object and pass as an argument. Now I am taking the class as string, descending, descending, descending comparator, because it is a subclass of comparator interface. For easy understanding purpose, I am adding the superclass name here, comparator, string descending comparator, parenthesis. Hey, it's compiled. How? Is it a predefined class? Huh? String descendant comparator, is it a predefined class? Huh? No, it is our own created class. Already I created it. That's why no compile time error. Okay, I'll do one thing. I am removing it. It's there in our program. Already I have created. Okay, now I'll do one thing. Go to map, sorry, go to set. Here I am removing string comparator. Delete. Okay, and now look at there. Now error coming or not? It's not predefined, it's user defined. Then tell me, what should I do? I must create this class, right? Now this class should be regular class, must be implementation of comparator. Implementation of comparator. Okay, control. Now I want to create this class. Control 1, create class string comparator and implement from add. Implement from which interface? Comparator. Implement from comparator. Of which type? String type. You want to compare which objects by using comparator? String type. Right? And finish. Now look at that. The class is implementing from comparator interface. Comparator interface available in which package? Java.util. Comparable is available in which package? Java.lang. And here it's taking two parameters, S1, S2. Everyone tell me, S1 is S1 receiving which object? Already added object or newly adding object? Newly adding object, current object. Excellent, excellent, super, marvelous. S2 will receiving argument object means already available object. Here I should write logic. Current object minus argument object. For what purpose? Ascending order. You want ascending order or descending order? Descending order. Now let me first develop ascending order. Here what you write? S1 dot. You cannot use minus operator on. You cannot use minus operator on string. So we have already inbuilt comparative method is there for comparing strings and return the integer number. Let us reuse that method. S1 dot comparative of S2. Control F11. Look at that. Objects are storing which order? Ascending order. I don't want ascending order, right? I don't want ascending order. I want descending order. What do you write? S1 place S2, S2 place S1. Reverse, reverse. Look at the objects are coming in. Descending order. Is it clear? Hope you all understand how to write comparator implementation class. Now look at here. We are able to create subclass. We are able to create subclass and we are able to create object and pass. But observe now, there is a small problem here. When you create a outer class, a separate class as implementation of comparator, and if you want to use that implementation, the class is available separate place, Java file available separate place, logic available separate place. And if you want to know what is the logic available in this implementation class, every time I have to open the source code and see, na, is the code visible or not visible? Not visible. That's why in Java 1.2 version, for implementing interfaces and placing the source code in the same place, we have inner class. Okay, inner classes given. There are 4 types of inner classes available. Among them, anonymous inner class is the one class is there. Anonymous inner class. Anonymous inner class is an implementation of either class or interface. Anonymous inner class is a subclass or implementation class of either interface or class. Okay, when you wanted to implement one interface with directly by seeing the source code in the same place, what you have to do? you have to go for anonymous inner class. How to develop anonymous inner class? Look at here. You want to implement which interface? Comparator. Anonymous inner class starts with new. Anonymous inner class starts with new because anonymous inner class is a class plus object, both declaration, implementation, instantiation. All three we do at one place. Repeat again. Tell me here what you did: a separate class declaration, then implementation, and then instantiation. All three at three different places we have. But now anonymous inner class is providing a facility: declaration, implementation, instantiation, all you can do in a single place. Instantiation starts with a new keyword. Which interface implementation? Comparator. Okay, comparator. Now comparator of which type you want to implement? Integer. Okay, then inside which method should implement? Compare to. Okay, compare to whatever you have written earlier in a separate class. Instead of separate class, now you are writing in a same class. Everyone understand? Now tell me, what logic I have to write here now? What logic I have to write now here? What logic I have to write here? You want to store objects in descending order, I2 minus I1. Because they're integer, directly I can use minus operator. Now look at their objects are stored in which order? 7, 6, 5. Descending order storing or not? And tell me, how many ways we can implement comparator interface? Number one, by using outer class. Okay? And number two, by using anonymous inner class. Anonymous inner class is a nameless class. Tell me, is there any name available to this class? No. Number two, it is a subclass of the given interface. Which interface? Comparator. It implement the method of interface and also instantiate that implementation and pass as an argument to the constructor method. Totally, how many activities it is doing? 4 activities. Number one, declaring the subclass. Number two, implementing the method of that interface. Number three, instantiating that implementation. Number four, passing as an argument. All the 4 works it is doing in a single place. That's why people mostly use what? Anonymous inner class in place of outer class. Is everyone understand? Understand the advantage of anonymous inner class over outer class? But observe now, the syntax is complex. What is the syntax? If you don't practice the syntax, it's not easy for you to digest. New keyword, after new keyword, how interface is coming? Can you instantiate interface? No. It's look like instantiating interface, but it is not interface instantiating. It is implementing the interface. You have to see this much. This is implementation. Okay. With what name? Anonymous name. It is implementing with what name? Anonymous name. Then next, your new keyword is not applying to the interface. If you close semicolon here, understand? If you write semicolon here, then you are instantiating interface. If you write open bracket, closed bracket, you are implementing interface. And this is a complex. Anonymous inner class at a beginner level understanding is difficult. 2 to 3 examples if you practice, maybe you will get clarity. So in Java 8 version, slowly Sun Microsystem realized that array anonymous inner class is little difficult. Why should every developer should write this interface, new keyword with interface, with this method declaration? Tell me, up to here, for you, for me, for everyone, it is the same or not? Including parameter type also same or not? What is changing? Parameter name. I am taking I1, you may take another name. And what is changing? Logic. So in Java 8 version, anonymous inner class shortcut. Anonymous inner class shortcut is given called what? Lambda expression. Tell me, I want to store example objects in ascending order. What is example object? Comparable or non-comparable? Non-comparable object. Non-comparable object. Example objects in ascending order by using what now? Lambda expression. Okay, all are ready for lambda expression? Everybody practice, remember or forgot? Remember lambda expression? Tell me now. First, I want you teach me. I don't want to use lambda expression first. I want to use anonymous inner class because anonymous inner class is the shortcut of lambda expression. No? First, I want to create anonymous, convert to lambda. Am I going fast? People are saying that last topics I'm going fast. Real am I going fast? People complained on social media saying that Harisa is going fast last topic. First topics are going very slow. Last topics is going fast. I don't know where I am going fast. If you express your problem to me, then I can correct it. Hmm? Yes or no? Why people are feeling I'm going fast? Because I am writing the code. Okay, I am writing code, and you people are not catching that code. That's why you are feeling I'm going fast. People who practiced already, they don't. People who practiced already, they don't feel I'm going fast. People who are not practiced, people who are only daily attending, just attending classes, they feel I'm going fast. So understand. If I complete fast your batch, I completed fast. What is the use of you? What is the use? And next, one more complaint I have seen on social media on me. I am closing your batch fast and starting new batch. Always I am worrying about new batch. Did I? What is the duration of our class? 3 months. I never complete one batch also in 3 months. This is open I'm talking to you today. And that students also knows. Okay. Until syllabus completed, I don't start new batch. If I am a money minded, why I will teach all these many things? Simply like all faculties, I'll close the batch in 3 months. Right? You will force me to close the batch, not I. Okay. You will ఎన్ని రోజులు చెప్తారు ఇంకా చాలు ఓకే దిట్స్ ఎనఫ్ రా బాబు క్లోజ్ ద బ్యాచ్ యు ఆర్ ఫోర్సింగ్ మీ అంటిల్ దెన్ ఐ విల్ కంటిన్యూ ఐ నెవర్ క్లోజ్ ఎనీ బ్యాచ్ ఇన్ మై ఎంటైర్ 20 years ఐ నెవర్ ఫోర్స్ఫుల్లీ క్లోజ్ ఎనీ బ్యాచ్ యా వన్ బ్యాచ్ ఐ క్లోజ్డ్ వన్ బ్యాచ్ 7 AM బ్యాచ్ వన్ బ్యాచ్ వాజ్ దేర్ అసలు దే ఆర్ సచ్ ఏ lazy students I can say. How much I forced them to learn, they didn't learn. Complete batch, not one or two, complete batch was there. At least one student there in the class who are interested to learn, I will continue for that student. But in that batch one student also not there. Then finally I cannot bear them. Then finally I force you to close the batch. I told them also. They are also agreed, yes sir, yes you are correct. So I'm telling you, I am such a faculty, service oriented, not commercial. Okay, I never look for money. So at least your batch should understand. Okay. Hmm. Can you remove that bad name on me? Okay. Even I'm telling you, every batch I used to tell, Array, if you want, I'll take extra classes. No problem. Sundays I will spend. As I am 7 days per week, I will work used to. Management used to shout at me, right? Why you are taking classes Sunday? Take rest. If you take Sundays classes, then when you will have the rest, when you have family time, when you have family time. No problem, I can talk to my family. My family also accepted. My first wife is Java. Okay, my first child is my students. Okay, they accepted because your life is in my hand. Okay, your life is in my hand. If I am not responsible, if I am lazy, then ultimately you will fail. You fail means not you fail, your family fail, your parents fail, your future generation fail. That's why I'll be more responsible. But nowadays, students are not interested to come to Sunday class, extra time. So that's why I'm also not forcing the students. If I more force, then they are writing wrong reviews and management is getting bad name. So that's why I'm also bending. If it is my own institute, it's like don't care about reviews. I see in these 20 years, I never ask any student to write review for me. I never ask paid reviews or I never recommend or request further reviews. I don't want. Why? Because I'm not commercial. Okay. So I think it's the time I should also run behind the reviews. Okay. I should also request the students, Babu, please write some reviews on me. Okay. Either bad or good. Okay. If you are not writing reviews, people are, deciding the faculty based on the reviews. When there are no reviews, ChatGPT or Google not what you call not pushing my name, not pushing Naresh Shetty. Even Naresh Shetty also will not ask the students for reviews because we are service oriented. Other institutes are making paid reviews. You know, right? There is a paid reviews concept and making paid reviews, positive reviews, and finally their name is coming up and students are getting trapped. Okay, come back. So if you are feeling I'm going fast anytime, please let me know. I'll again explain. Sometimes maybe during the course I scolded you, but did I scold you at the beginning, first day when you asked question? No. Vaishnavi, hope you remember. Many times I shouted at you, Vaishnavi, think again. What you are asking, right? But by end of the course, are you able to come to the correct track to understand? I never scold any student initially, first day, second day, third day. Same mistake again and again doing, not changing the way of thinking. Then I will shout. Why will I shout? To correct your process. There are two ways of teaching. Number one, pampering. Number two, shouting. First, pampering done. If still not changing, definitely I will shout. Even your parents also do the same now. When are doing same mistake again and again, your parents will shout, later they will beat. But I don't have permission to beat, that's why only shouting. Okay, come back to the subject now. Chalo, look at here. Anonymous in a class. Now let me delete this everything and write again. What is anonymous in our class? Nameless class, which is an object. Object starts with what? New. Following by which interface you want to implement? Comparator. Comparator you want to type which object? Example. X. What is the method of comparator to implement? Compare. Semicolon should not be there inside. Okay? Then tell me. What is the full syntax? Assume you are in exam. Tell me. Override. At the rate. Eclipse is not there. You have to write everything. At the rate override. At the rate override. Inside what you write? Public. I remember everyone. Who is responding, who is not responding. Okay? Yeah. Who is asking questions, who is not asking questions. Everything I remember. I will not forget. Yeah. Okay. And now, at the rate, public, what is the return type? Int. Method name is what? Compare of. What type of parameter? Example E1 comma. Example E2. I will give more attention to online students than offline students because offline students are there in front of me. Obviously, they will be alert, but online students, you are not in front of me. So, you know, either you accepted or not, I am only the faculty. Either you believe or not believe, I am only the faculty who always open chat window on my main screen and keep open observing your messages. And I am only the faculty who will give everyone permission. One student answers are visible to another students. One student scolding me also visible to another students. I don't care. If you maybe you are already attending classes. Okay. And my chat option will be enabled throughout the class. I never disable the chat option. And I will take the online students' questions live. Immediately I'll ask, come on, ask your doubts, ask your doubts, ask your doubts. Not end of the class. Okay. So that's what my behavior from the beginning of the online classes. Even offline also. I will always encourage the students ask in the middle, but people are fearing to ask the questions. Written E1 dot, which property you want to compare? X minus E2 dot X. Okay. Next, I am only the faculty shouting at online students if you don't answer. I am only the faculty punishing online students if you don't respond. Okay, that's why some students are not happy with me. Hey, this fellow very strict. Okay, he's very strict, Babu. No, huh? Tell me now. Will he get exception now? Previously, we got exception. Huh? Why? Example is not comparable. But now we are telling to the tree set or a tree setter, you don't use a default implementation of example, use my implementation. So tell me, now this object is compared. Tell me, lambda expression comparator, LEC, lambda expression comparator dot, what method is called? Compare of, what is passed? E1 comma E1, returns what? 0, ignored, directly stored. It's the first object. It doesn't take the return type. It doesn't use the return value, just ignored and stored. Now tell me next, lambda expression comparator dot compare of E2 comma E1. E2 comma E1. Tell me, you comparing with what value? X value. E2 dot X minus E1 dot X. What it return? 7 minus 5. What it return? Positive. Positive means which side it is stored? Right. Okay. Next, lambda expression comparator dot compare of, what do you write? E3 comma E1. Okay. Now E2 dot E3 dot X minus E3 dot X minus, what do you write now? E1 dot X. What returns? E3 value what? 6 minus 5. What returns? Negative or positive? Positive. Positive means right side or left side? Right side. Right side already object is available. Again, lambda expression dot compare of E3 comma E2. E3 E3 dot X minus E2 dot X. E3 dot X 6 minus E2 dot X 7 returns what? Negative. Negative means what? Right side or left side? Left side. Then finally, what is the output you will get here? Example of 5 comma 3 comma. Example of 6 comma 8 comma. Example of 7 comma 2. Let's see. Will it, as per expectation, working or not? Yes. No exception. So first outer class wise implementation, anonymous inner class wise implementation, and following by all people got confidence? Ah. Can you write example object store X property descending order? 1 minute. I didn't develop lambda expression here. Sorry. 1 minute. I didn't develop lambda expression. This is anonymous inner class. Now tell me. I want you convert it as lambda expression. What do you write? Remove declaration. Remove method name. Right? Change body to arrow. Okay. This is lambda expression. Next, when you know the type of the parameter is ex, don't write parameter also. Remove. Yes or no? Next, when the body has only one statement, remove the body also. Right? When there is no body, should not write return keyword. Remove that. Remember, when you are not writing body inside, semicolon not allowed. Remove. Remember, Mummy, this much big code is now become this much chota code. That's why lambda expression. Now tell me, verbose, more details are now abstracted. More details are abstracted. What is required, that much is placed. Clear? This is the advantage of lambda expression. When you see this, are you confusing? No. When a value is generated and substituted here, that means that value returning from this lambda expression. That is the point you have to remember. Now tell me. I want you to develop lambda expression directly without any anonymous inner class creation. Non-comparable objects, example objects in descending order. X property wise. Now, bolo, what do you write? Parameters E1 comma E2. First object comma second object. Arrow. You want to compare parameter 2 dot x minus parameter 1 dot x. Then objects are stored in which order? Descending order. Now tell me the flow, how the descending order. Lambda expression dot comparative of E1 comma E1 directly stored. Lambda expression comparative of E2 comma E1, but internal logic what you have written? E1 dot x minus E2 dot x. Returns what? 5 minus 7. Returns what? Negative. Negative means what? Left. Next. Here comparison is what? E1 dot x minus E3 dot x. What value will come here? 5 minus 6. Returns what? Negative. Negative means what? Left. Left already object is available, no? Left is available E1 or E2 na? E1 value 5 na? Again try to understand. E1 value 5 minus left side E2. Then comparing E3 first with what? E2. Right? First compare with E2. Then E2 dot x minus E3 dot x. 6 minus 5. What value? Positive. Positive means right side. Right side already E1 object is available. Then E1. E3 E1 dot x minus E3 dot x. What is E1 dot x? 5. E3 is 6 now. Okay. E1 value is what? 5 here. E2 value is 7 here, right? 7 minus 6. Here 5 minus 6. 5 minus 6 is negative. Negative means left. Okay? Correctly coming up? Did I do any mistake? First object, example of 5 comma 3. Next object, example of 6 comma 8. Example of 5 comma 3. Right? And here it's compare 7 minus 6. Right side already object available. Then next to compare 5 minus 6. And first to store 6 or 7. 7 now. 7 2. Right? 7 2. Then next 6. 7 minus 6 positive. Then 5 minus 6. Finally x of 6 comma 8. Fine. So this is the complete story. Now tell me, is it possible? अरे यार, what happened again? It's gone. Why coming two cursors? 8. Control F11. Look at it. X property descending order store now. Now tell me. Everyone, I want you write yourself. Store non-comparable example object in Y property ascending order. Can you write yourself code? With lambda expression, everyone try yourself. Let's see how many people can write yourself. Everyone. I want Y property ascending order. Excellent. E1 dot x place what you write? Y. E1 dot y. That's all. What is the E2 dot y? E1 dot y. E2 dot y value 2 minus 3 negative. Negative means left. Next, E3 dot y minus, sorry, E2, this E3, no? Yeah. E3 dot y minus E1 dot y. What is a E3? 6. Y value 8. 8 minus 3. Positive. Positive means right side. Is there an object right side? No. Then any comparison or no comparison? No comparison. Seven to control F4. Hey, why coming only 5, 3? Two, 3, 8. Correctly coming up? Right. Hope everyone understood now. Look at this tree set sorting algorithm has two logics, comparing logic, swapping logic. Comparing logic is provided by developer by implementing comparable interface method in the same class whose objects are adding to tree set. From comparative method, we must return positive, negative, 0. Swapping logic is developed by Sun in tree set class add method. If compare returns negative, positive, 0. Okay. Tree set doesn't have default sorting order. Tree set default sorting order is not ascending order. Tree set sorting elements according to the natural sorting order given by adding object class comparable interface compared. In comparative method, we can place either in 5 cases. If we place current object minus argument object minus current object, positive number, negative number, 0. Given example, you can work out on this example. In below cases, identify how many objects are added to tree set in which order. Okay. Already explained. In string class and in all wrapper classes, comparative method is overridden for storing their objects in ascending order. It means the logic provided in string class and wrapper classes is returning current object minus argument object. It means S2 minus S1, adding object minus already added object. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. Okay. Case 5. How many ways we can develop custom comparator? we are different ways to provide implementation to custom comparator. We can implement comparator interface in by explicit outer class, anonymous inner class, lambda expression, method reference. Develop a custom comparator to store example objects in ascending order based on property y value by using explicit value. Okay. All these cases we have already implemented just now. Okay. Then differences between comparable and comparator interface. Can you read these points by your own? Instead of I am reading, read yourself. Very important. Both have only one abstract method. But comparable is not explicitly declared by using functional interface because comparable is not used as a method or constructor parameter for passing its implementation class instances. Whereas comparator is declared with @functional interface annotation because it is a parameter. Understand? Both are functional interfaces. But comparable always prefer to use as outer class implementation, not lambda expression. In comparator interface, we have extra methods, several Java default static methods, but you no need to consider, you can ignore. Okay, so these are the differences. Hope everyone comfortable with the tree set. I am uploading tree set class. With the modification with all the points. Please requesting everyone practice. Tree set with example sample. I think example sample already there, only tree set sufficient. Finally, tell me, sir, if you want to make your class compatible to all types of collections, okay, you must override how many methods in your class? Three methods. Hash code equals comparator. If comparator is not implemented, is there any exception while adding object? Yes. How to solve that exception? Either by implementing comparable or by using comparator. Okay, na? With this, we completed our tree set implementation all points. Okay? Right. So, you need a small break or continue? We'll enter it into Q classes. 11:20? It's 11:12. Okay. 11:15 almost. 11:30. Okay. 11:30 to 1 will have class. Last session. Q will complete and we'll do revision remaining points. Whatever there. I'm stopping recording. Once you join, please let me know. I'll start recording. Otherwise, I'll forget.